Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another music review. My name is Bryce, and today we are going to be taking a look at the second Sidewalk Prophets album that came out in 2012. Once again, was published by Word Entertainment. It is called Live Like That. Before I get too much into the album itself, there was a new band member that was added. You can tell by the back of the album, the lyrics book, and it. There's another group member. His name is Sean Tomzak. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. He is another guitarist. He's a second guitarist to accompany Ben. But as far as the recording stuff goes, I was looking at all the different recording stuff. He actually handled the recording of both the electric and acoustic guitars, while Ben did a lot of the writing. So as far as concerts, I believe they share the guitar parts together. But as far as the recording on this album, Sean did most of the recording for it. So kudos to him. Welcome to the group, even though you've been around for a few years at this point. All right, let's move on to the album itself. So, after having such a powerful, dynamic album like These Simple Truths, how do you follow that up? Well, you follow that up with an album like Live Like That. It is, dear Lord, it is just an amazing album. So there are a total of 12 songs on this album, but really there's only 11, and the reason why is because right off the bat, track one is this thing called Hebrews 12:1, which all that is an instrumental prelude to the next song, which is Live Like That. I will say, as far as Hebrews 12:1 though, is beautiful coordination going on between the synthesizer and the guitar. I mean, it sounds just really good. But the main thing to talk about is the song that it's preluding, and that is Live Like That. And I believe Live Like That was one of the singles. If not, then I don't know why it wasn't. But this obviously is the title track, and it is it's got just incredibly convicting lyrics. I mean, just the singer reminding himself and thus the audience, that am I living my life as a witness for Christ? Am I demonstrating my faith, my Christian walk, so that that I'm proving to other people that this stuff is legit, and I, in reference to the Hebrews 12:1 of the prelude, what does Hebrews 12:1 say? It's talking about the great cloud of witnesses, and there's more to the verse, but for the sake of the song, it's pointing back to the cloud of witnesses, saying, I have a precedent. I have their example. Ultimately, I have Jesus' example. Jesus' example is, who I should be following. But I also have these other people who have run the race ahead of me, and I have their witness that I can look to, so I can be a witness to other people. I want to live like that, so other people then will see Jesus in me and say, I want to live like that as well. It's not about me, it's about seeing Jesus in me. And that's what the singer is basically saying throughout the entire song. It's so good. Anyway, we're going to move on to track number 3. This is called Love, Love, Love. And this has got a really interesting style. I talked about in the previous music review how these guys have varying styles, and this is a song that proves it. This is kind of like a funk maybe shuffle, even a little hint of jitterbug in it. I mean, it's really interesting, and it's of course it's all about true love, how powerful it is, and it's a really good song to listen to. And uh, once again, I was reading through the lyric book, and I just happened to catch that Matthew West actually helped to write this song. So we'll be getting to Matthew West at some point, but the fact that Matthew West helped out with this, some of you may know who he is already, and he's an incredible Christian music artist. But this has got, I love how, I love some of the lyrics in this, though. It's so cleverly written how, you've got lines like, how love even broke through the dark side and hugged Darth Vader, and how, in talking about love, even Chuck Norris can't defeat it. I love lines like that, just because if you've ever heard of the popular thing about the Chuck Norris facts or whatever, that's so cool that they added that. All right, we're gonna move on now to "Save My Life." This is a unique song because this takes a perspective of really random people who they secretly need Jesus. I mean, even one of them's a pastor going through hard times, and they're basically laying out their situation, and they're essentially asking you, then, will you, and this is where the chorus comes in, tell me what I need to hear. In other words, will you show me, things about God? Will you tell me something that will save my life, basically? And it's, it reminds us of our responsibility to share the gospel, the Great Commission. We're called to witness with our lives first and well, I don't even want to say necessarily first and foremost. Our lives are a witness alongside with the spreading of the message of the gospel. One's not more important than the other. They both have to happen at the same time, because one gives credibility to the message, and the message gives meaning for the lifestyle. So I mean, we want, or the goal is to be able to bring more people to Christ, so that Christ can do the same thing for them that he did for us. It keeps the same theme with Live Like That. So it's a very good continuity there. I like that. Now, moving on, track 5 is a song called Keep Making Me. This was easily one of the singles. This is, my lord, this is the You Love Me Anyway of this track, or of this album, I mean. It's a very humbling prayer. It's asking God to make us broken, empty, and lonely until he is all we want. All we want is him. Many people hear this song, they get very touched by it, rightfully so. It's an incredibly powerful song. The passion that Dave, the lead singer, sings with in this song is just, it's very touching. But there's the music video that they put out about the stick figures with the bodies being easels, and everyone's got their own easel, and it's like the one stick figure's going around, and he's going through like different changes in his easel, if I'm remembering the video correctly, but essentially he's seeking approval from all these other little stick figure things, and then eventually what ends up happening is someone else draws on his easel, and it's the grandest picture out of everyone else, and you're supposed to get the idea that it's the Lord painting his picture on this easel or whatever. I mean, but it's really cool to watch that video and listen to the song at the same time. It's a really good music video, and that's actually something that I would recommend you check out as well. As far as the song itself goes, I mean, I could be here all day giving praise about it. Good kind of praise. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to uplift the song or anything. It's just the message is incredible. Let's move on to track 6. It's called "It's Good," and in parentheses, "Love's Not Safe." This is a really good song. It's picking back up on the love theme, but the word love, it really in this song is like a synonym for Jesus. Because you could put Jesus in this, or put Jesus in the in place of love, and it's almost like the message doesn't change at all. It's all interchangeable and everything. But I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Chronicles of Narnia, and I'll help explain the song to explain it like this. In Chronicles of Narnia, when Mr. Beaver is talking to the children about Aslan, he's one of them asked the question, so he's not a tame lion or he's not safe or whatever, and Mr. Beaver's like, haven't you been listening to everything that Mrs. Beaver has been saying? She's been talking about him and how great and powerful and everything he is, and how he's going, now that he's come back, the White Witch will be cast down, or this is all paraphrasing, but Mr. Beaver's like, haven't you been listening to everything he says? Who said anything about safe? Of course he's not safe. He's not, they say throughout the series, he's not a tame lion. He's dangerous, but he's good. In other words, he's just, he's good, he's, and for biblical terms, he's righteous. If you're on his side, you have nothing to fear except for him, but it's a reverential fear. If you're against him, though, you have everything to fear, because he is not safe at all. But at the same time, too, he's also not safe in the sense of, Jesus requires a lot of us. He expects us to be able to do whatever his will is, go wherever he wants you to go, that sort of thing. And it's like, he might take you to very dangerous places. I mean, he might have you do things that really don't seem safe. But not only are we truly, though, actually safe with him, even though the fact we're being delivered into very unsafe conditions, we're still safe in the sense that he's still with us. But also know in the back of your mind too that whatever it is that we're doing, wherever it is that we're going, we still, the fact that God wants us to do it means that it's going to be okay whatever happens, and it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be something that glorifies God, and that's what the message is basically trying to say. It's like, listen, Jesus may ask you to do the most radical things, but you got to understand that it's okay, because it's good. It's going to be all good. I mean, it's really important not to misconstrue that, to think that it's just going to be a fine dandy life or anything, because that's the whole point of it being not necessarily safe, but also good. So please don't miss that. I know I went on about that a bit, but that's really important to understand. All right, track 7, Help Me Find It. My God, I love this song. I didn't even really gain as much of an appreciation for this song until I saw Sidewalk Prophets live, and this one and Save My Life for that matter. But this this song, when I heard it live, really caused me to pay more attention to the song. It's spoken to me personally in my life just because, like, I was stuck at a mundane job, and I knew it wasn't I knew it wasn't my ultimate destiny or everything or anything like that. I know I wasn't supposed to stay in retail, but I just couldn't figure out what it was that God wanted me to do. And then I started listening to this song, and it essentially became like my prayer and everything. It is a great prayer for direction. Speaking of which, it's like keep making me. Similar questions are being asked. Similar direction seeking is happening here. You know what I mean? It's like, I love the spots of passion that kind of bust forth from Dave when he's singing this, especially in the bridge. It's just, it's a great song to listen to. I love it. Hearts on Fire is the next one. This one is predominantly acoustic guitar, so that's cool for some of you who like that. And it's fine for me too. I mean, it's very nice, kind of just a little bit more relaxing kind of a song. It's about wanting a closer relationship with God. Nothing really sticks out too much in this song. It's worth giving a listen to, just because I really can't do the lyrics justice. But I mean, it's just definitely about wanting a closer relationship with God, and how much that is the person's desire and all that. So I mean, that's really good. Up next is Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball is it's the beginning is almost close to acapella. I mean, it's not quite acapella because there's accompaniment in the background. You hear like a not an organ, but you hear keyboards like just playing chords. But I mean, if it wasn't for that, it'd be acapella because it's so soft and everything. And then all of a sudden, like right at the chorus, it's like accompaniment, and it's just like, oh, boom, here we go. It's actually works in this case. It's a really interesting depiction of Jesus too. As the wrecking ball for our flesh. Going in and destroying all this stuff that we have built up and saved up from our previous lives and all that. And it's just like, you know what? No, I need to get rid of this. Like, God help me out here. And he'll go and do it too. So up next is Nothing's Gonna Stop Us. This is really the only driving song on the album, but it is a great triumphant anthem. I mean, I really have to describe this as an anthem because it's it's just you're just like almost just it's like a musical sprint almost of just tracking down what is it I'm trying to say here, trying to like just it's like you're tracking down the kingdom, I guess. So I guess if that makes sense. In other words, like you have this mind where you're going to get from where you are now to the kingdom of God, and it's just like, and along the way you're gonna live for Christ and everything like that. And it's just like, and because of that, the way the music is reflecting this is like you have such a fire, such a boundless energy that you're gonna go just rushing in head first. Nothing's gonna stop us, kind of a mentality. And you can do that because, like the chorus says, if God is with us, we know that nothing's gonna stop us, and that's essentially the theme. I mean, it's just it's just like a big just driving kind of an anthem. I'm not really doing the song justice, but I mean, it's something to go back and listen to, and you'll probably see what I'm talking about. Track 11 is For You Tonight. I don't have a lot to say about this one. It's a song of encouragement from one friend to another. This would be a song that I would recommend you listen to just to get your own opinion about it. I really didn't have too much to say about it. It's not it's good, just like all the other songs, but it's not one of the more memorable ones for me, so I don't really have too much to say about it. The final track is This Is Not Goodbye. There is only piano in this song, and it's basically it's a song from parents to kids, specifically kids who are leaving home. This could be they're going to college, or they're moving across the country to start their life, or even moving down the block to start another life, or whatever. I mean, it's the point is though, it's like the parents' big send off kind of a speech song. It's basically the typical, don't let fear stop you. Trust in God and everything. And you do this, everything's gonna work out okay. As far as this goes, between the two of us, this isn't goodbye. I love the line in the chorus that, it's just I love you to take with you until you're home again. In other words, until we see each other again. This is just my I love you. And if it's not here, it might be in the next life. I know the song itself doesn't actually say that, but it can be implied that, if we never see each other again, we'll see each other again one day. So so that's a really good song. I have a friend of mine whose daughter is going to college, and I played that for her, and I was like, you need to play this for your daughter and everything, and it'd be a really good send off and everything. So it's a really good situational kind of a song, but I mean it works for what it is. So that's about all that I have to say about this album. My favorite tracks, the ones that I would recommend more than anything, that once again, just like with the Simple Truths, there's so many to pick from that, I could just save time really by just recommending the whole album equally. I mean, my personal favorite tracks, you got Live Like That, Save My Life, Keep Making Me, Help Me Find It, Wrecking Ball, and Nothing's Gonna Stop Us. I mean, and even Love, Love, Love every now and then I go back and listen to. I mean, this album is just chock full of great, just great music, great lyrics. These guys, like I said in the last review, have been absolutely blessed by God in their songwriting and in their music writing, and it just seems that there's like almost every single thing that they're producing is like a precious gem almost. I mean, it's just what it seems like. It's at the very least, it's all music that just seems to have, like, even if one is maybe written a little bit better than another one, it's like they all just seem to have equal value in terms of what their impact can be, and that is, to me, the mark of a very solid music group. But anyway, that is it for this music review. The next time we get together, we're going to go over the final Sidewalk Prophets album, the one that they most recently reviewed. I have that written out already, and then we'll move on to a new artist, and I'm probably to to mix things up a little bit, I might be switching back and forth between multiple artists after we finish this album. But I know I've said that before, but I'm seriously thinking about doing that. Try to get a little bit more wider spectrum of music going in, as opposed to just finishing one artist all the time and all that. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.